Morning Discord, morning YouTube. Let's get into it. Are we having? I think we're having some technical issues in the. Let me back out and come back because I don't. Is the screen working? I'll come right back. It doesn't look like it's working for me. Okay, is that any better? All right, let's get into it. So we see we had a negative PPI report, so hence this steep drop in price. So we know this as a momentum candle. We're going to see if the momentum continues. Our safety is probably going to be underneath this 641.41 and looking to retest the 5. So this is all in the analysis in the Discord. So if you haven't reviewed the trade setups for today, go ahead and take a look at it. Let's look at our 30-minute, see what we got. All right, in the 30-minute, I have this kind of a large range here, and the reason why I left this range here is because I don't know yet if this was enough of a drop to satisfy that negative report, right? So is this all we're going to get from the negative report? We see it's bouncing off resistance key level right here, 641.39. That's not an accident, right? It bounced exactly on key level. So let's see if we get continuation to the downside. Based on this momentum candle. So on the 30-minute, yeah, looks like we got some room to the downside. We're just gonna look for our entries. Let me get the 5 set up. Okay. I'm gonna leave the 5 alone right now. I'm gonna let some more data come in because that's our bread and butter. And all right, the 1 is already set up. So we're just gonna play the day out. Let's see how we go. So we see our range here. We're gonna look for entries below this. If we can get one earlier, we'll try, but you see the range. So we wanna take out. Yeah, we got it. For safety on your downside, we need to take out this liquidity level here, right? You see it? And then right now we're currently in this liquidity level. You see it? So this level right here matches up with this. And then we need to take this out to see if we get continuation. And then if you want to look for a break and retest here, okay? That's the answer for the downside. So you see your risk levels to the downside. Let me clean up this chart. I'm not comfortable with generating any algos yet. So we kind of have a wide range here between this 645.25 and this 641.41. So it can do, yeah, and we're already at, we're gonna meet some resistance right here as well. So I think it's gonna be a little tricky for right now. I'm gonna see if this purple holds up. It did break above our this pink range, so that normally would have been our entry, but you know, it's still, let's let the early candles play out, right? Now if we start, you see this momentum candle, if we start getting, we're at the, like, you know, this is the halfway point here. If we start getting above the halfway point, we'll just see what happens. Let's be patient here. Don't feel any FOMO about this. So technically, you know, whenever I draw this range, we want to wait for the break of a range in between the pinks. We'll, you know, we'd go in on a break of the range, but this was early on, so let's let the early candles play out to not get faked out, because we always do better when we have more data. So let's just be patient. Give it a second. Let's see if we get something like, if we look at our, excuse me, our 30-minute, we could see we're currently in the liquidity here. So let's see if we take this out, and then we got to take this little bit out, and then we got to take this little bit out before we get some, possibly some upside. You see the dotted line right here on the 30-minute? Yeah, that'll give us our indication for safety. You know, we could always scalp our way up there, right? Okay, I want to show someone, I want to show everyone something. I'm going to see if it happens. I'll show it anyway. So, a pattern that I've seen many times. I'm going to give you a little sauce here. If I create, let's say I make this, I'll just wait for it to happen so it can be illustrated. And all right, maybe I might do it now. Let's say, for example, I create a strong buying channel. A very common pattern. I'm not saying it's all the time 100%, but usually, kind of whenever we see two green inside of this, like let's say it breaks this magenta, right? And I'm saying break a magenta to the up. A common pattern that I'm used to seeing is if we get these strong candles and then we pull back. So two green candles, two red candles, and then it continues up. So that's a pattern we want to look out for when it presents itself. I'll show you what I mean. So green candles, a couple red, like literally two red, and then continuation. Only on the 1 minute. It only works on the 1 minute. I'll show you when it happens. In the meantime, let's see if we take out this liquidity inside this purple. So if we break purple, then we need to take out this liquidity, and risk to reward is going to be on break a purple to this pink, and then when we get under the pink, we'll wait for a break retest. And actually, if we get down here, the 5 MA should be at this pink. So read your analysis. In that example I was just going to give you of the two down, this one, it broke the ideal setup that I wanted to show you. So I'll wait for it. It'll happen. I'll show you when it happens. So just ignore everything until it happens. I don't want you to fill your minds with gobbledygook this early in the morning. So I generally don't like to rely too much on the data from pre-market and after hours, because everything changes. Everything changes when you get into the trading day, the actual session, or the morning session. But it still does play its role. But I know it changes up once the opening bell. So I try not to rely on it too much, but that's what we got right now. So we're going to use it. It seems to be working, right? This purple seems to be working. It might have a... Oh, what am I doing? So we have no structure in here. There's no trade in here. Let's look at our higher time frame. On the 5 minute, we might be experiencing a weak bear cycle. So if this MACD and signal line cross underneath this zero line on the MACD, let's look for continuation down, right? So we're going to look for this to the downside, because this would be, I'm giving an example, I'm not saying this is going to happen at this time, but this would be our weak indication of a weak bear, excuse me, a weak bull cycle. We see we got a lot of resistance on this, on the dotted line right here. Look at all the rejections right here in this dotted line. So let's see what they want to break. Let's see if they want to break to the upside. This may have been enough to satisfy grabbing all the liquidity from the downside on that negative PPI report. So we're still at opening. There's no trade here. You didn't miss anything. You can't even trade in this. Look, how are you gonna trade in this? We have no setup, so just give it a second. It'll, trust me, once the volume comes in, it'll happen. You just gotta let this early morning, they're gonna settle itself out, right? We gotta see who's gonna win. And within this range. You see this range? We're either forming a large head, or we're gonna see if we're gonna break out for continuation. If you look at the analysis portion, I showed you the continuation. It'll be labeled bolt up. But as of now, it looks like we're, you know, comfortable inside this purple. So yeah, I think we're gonna use this purple for today. Now, if we get above, this is just me, how I'm thinking in my mind. If we get above the halfway point of this candle, wherever I think halfway is, if we get above it, on the shorter time frame, you know, the structure is broken for this cup and handle. The structure is broken for that. So then I'm going to confirm with my 5 minute. I'm going to start looking at all the other, my higher time frames to make sure it all makes sense. All right, I think I can start generating now. Okay, that's... That 5 minute showing strength. Let's see if on the 5 minute, if we break, retest, and reject off of 643.76. So we see the fading at our, you see how the break of pink, break, retest, reject, pink, you see the fading? See how it's fading right here? Look at the fade. So if we start getting strong movement from here, here's the other option, watch. All right, everyone remember that? If we get a strong movement, that's significant. Here's something we need to look out for. Here's the two ideas we're contending with. I'm gonna go to the 30 minute for this. The two ideas we're contending with is, number one, we're in a strong uptrend. Do you really wanna fight this trend, right? If we start to get underneath the 5, then that's a different story. We're still inside this green. You see the green? We're still in this green. I'll highlight it. We're still in this green right here. clean up the chart. We're getting some good data now. You see that strong movement I was talking about? You see the strong movement? Alrighty, see now we're getting some movement here. We're about to break this structure I was referring to. All right, so let's look for this. Or, I already showed you the downward path, right? The downward path is gonna be like that, and like that, and like that. Okay, we're coming up to this liquidity level here. So we see where there's a whole bunch of orders. So now we need to see what we do here. So if you're looking for your safety, look for above this this highlighted resistance, 645.25. Oh no. But then the only thing we need to look out for if we do break above this is going to be a double top pattern. So if it goes like this, top, the other, there's a double top pattern. So we need to look out if that happens as well. So that's the only thing we're looking out for on the break of this 645.25. Just be patient. We're not in any risk to destroy our portfolio. Just be patient. There's a lot of liquidity built up right here. Okay, sorry, excuse me. So on a super small time frame, you see that we have some built up here, right? So we want to see if we bolt up from here or if we take out that liquidity and head down. On a small scale. We haven't had a chance to test any of these algos yet, but I might be comfortable with this purple confidence level 2. We'll go 3 here. Let's look at a higher time frame. Okay. Okay, what's the storytelling on this higher time frame? Big rejection on the 5 right here. big rejection wick. So let's let it play out, because now it's just dancing. Now they're giving us exact opposite. But look at this inverted hammer, the shooting star candle right here. So on the 5 minute, this candle's telling us got some room to the down. But we have our entries, so don't force anything. We have our entries, we know what to look for. Okay, it went right, actually it never even broke, it went right back into this magenta here, so. Never broke, it's still inside magenta. So just be patient, no reason to rush anywhere. We know our setups. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of liquidity built up here. It's gonna be, it's not gonna be pretty through here. We can see it's not gonna be pretty, right? Look at all these different liquidity levels we need to take out. It's not gonna be pretty in here. So not every day is a trading day. Let's preserve the account. Let's be patient and wait. It'll happen. You just gotta wait. This is, I mean, no one can trade in this. No one can really trade in this. There's no actual structure here. The only structure I see that could be possibly forming now, let's see if we get, hold on, let me clean up this stuff a little bit. I think we get the idea. And then, if we close this cup here, something like that. Yeah. So safer entries, wait for this cup to close for the up. For calls. We're gonna wait for this cup to close, look for a little pullback before it pushes back out. We see on the MACD we're high above, not high above the water, but we're above the water. We had a weak What is this? A weak bear, maybe a weak bear cycle coming in. So let's see what happens on the break of this magenta. So it looks like breaking magenta might be our up. We're about to test it. I'll give it a 2. We're about to test it. Risk to reward choppy until 6:45.25.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
All right, let's see. Who's betting on the upside here? Let's do a poll. Up. All right. Now you got to give you a reason though. Why? Why is that? Okay, we broke magenta. Breaking magenta. Okay, we broke magenta. Still firmly inside the magenta in excuse me, on the 5-minute. This is really difficult to trade in because the price action is kind of weird. Difficult trading, but we knew we already had. Look, remember we went over this? It's going to be choppy in here because of all these levels of liquidity. It's going to be choppy. So the true range is I have it marked out. Yeah, I have it marked out on the 30 minute. Okay. 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 All right, breaking magenta, your trade's protected. How much it makes, I can't control that. So that's on you to figure out. So breaking magenta, you can take profit now, call it a day. I did my job. Or hold on, see what you got. This is difficult to trade in. Jeez. Look at this fight right here. Look at this big fight right here. Who's gonna win? I got stopped underneath this candle right here. Small loss. Small loss underneath this candle. Let's see if it gets back inside magenta here. Now I gotta wait for my next setup. I'm just gonna be patient. Don't do that. Don't do that. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, don't do that. This is ugly price action. Okay. Okay. Okay, recover my loss. So now I'm gonna hold a little bit. Hold a little bit longer. I don't care what happens from here. I'll be at zero if anything. Which is fine for me. Let's see if we break above this dotted line. I'd like to get above this dotted line. Okay. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Get above, close above. Okay, now my small loss has turned into small profit now. Okay, there we go, dotted line. Let's go, break the dotted line. Come on. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, at this point, I'm probably just going to walk away for a little bit. I needed to close above this dotted line. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Jeez. Here we go. Give me a little more. A little more. I'll take a little bit more. Please, give me a little more. Yes. Here we go. Okay. So... okay, I don't care what happens from here. We're in profit. So I took a little loss here. Okay, here's my strategy, right? Look what I did. I want everyone to pay attention. I knew it broke magenta. I had two options, right? Either it's gonna shoot or it's gonna break, retest magenta, and reject off magenta, right? That's always our setup. Always, always, always. What I did here was I was anticipating the shootout. What I did was I put a tight stop. I put a very tight stop here, and it stopped me out. Okay, cool. I know where my next setup is. I went to my 5 immediately. Immediately I went to the 5 and saw that we were building off this. Look at the flexion on the 5. We guide off the 5, right? So then it gave me the confidence. This is the confluence I'm talking about. The confluence was on the 5. You see the 5? Look at the 5. This is the confluence I needed. I got back in. I got back in. Now, look at the money we printed. Look at the money. There it is. Profit. Okay, let this be a little lesson, right? We have our rule. I was willing to take this because I was like, you know what? I don't know how I don't know how far I wanted to travel. I took my little $10 loss right here. I reloaded. Now we're in profit. Easy money. Don't care what happens from here. Okay, we got out with our shirt still, so all right. Even if I would have just taken the whole loss for the day, I would have been fine. Don't care. Because I had a small stop, or I had a very tight stop, so didn't faze me too much. So we're in blue until we're not in blue. what is the Ron with the devil face? That's crazy. I took my profit on this one somewhere in this. Oh, damn it! I just moved that. Somewhere in this candle here. I had my stop here when it came back, so I took my profit here. I reloaded on the call, probably on this green, probably on top of this green. I got my money back over here, and I took my profit over here. Whatever happens from here, now I'm just gonna wait for the next setup. So slightly, barely positive right now for the day. Barely, not even worth talking about. But I mean, I knew the risk, right? Because I've been saying all morning, look at all this, you know it's gonna get ugly in here. Look at all this liquidity at all these different price levels. The range is, like I said, I mean, technically it should be up here at the high, but just to give us some type of target. We're in this blue until we're not. Okay, trade protected. Trade protected. We have our flexion. Look at the flexion on the 5. Your trade is protected. Easy money. Easy money. Let's go. Let's run. Let's run. Let's run. Took us a minute to get here. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right, on the flexion, what do we get here? What, 643.89, 644.84, 1 full point. 1 full point. I did my job. Can't be wrong twice in a row. It's impossible. We knew where the setup was for the call, and we knew where the setup was for the put. Can't be wrong twice in a row. Look at the money we just printed. 1 full point. Don't want to hear anything. Did my job. We got off the 5 minute. See if we can get a little bit more out of this. Come on. Push up, push up, push up, push up. I want to get a little more. I'd like to get a little bit more out of this. Come on. Come on, let's go. I need a little bit more. I have my stop underneath this red wick right here. Excuse me, I have it right above key level. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'd like just a little bit more. Just a little more. 1 point, not enough. Let's go. Give me a little more. I mean, doesn't matter. We're green, so today is woo, ugly price action. Ugly price action today. There we go. Let's go. Give me a little more. There we go. There we go. Give me a little more. Ugly price action today. Come on. There we go. Give me a little bit more. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Still inside blue, right? I don't know. Are they gonna give us anything? Should I guess I'll tighten it up. I'll move my stop a little bit. I'm gonna give it. There we go. There we go. Just needed to wait for a little pullback. Survive the pullback. Come on, give me a little more. I'm not gonna get too greedy. I'm moving my stop up little by little, little by little. I'm gonna give it room because it needs to breathe. We gotta let this move breathe. Look, we had our flexion point. Look at the 5. Look at the 5. Oh, there we go. Look at the money. There it is. I told you we're inside the blue until we're not inside the blue. Look at the money we just printed. Perfect entry. Perfect entry. Look at the money we printed. There it is. Patience. You can't be wrong twice in a row. It's damn near impossible to be wrong twice in a row. Look at the money we're printing now. Oh man, look at the money. It's rolling in. Come on. Remember, hold on, let me recap. Don't forget what I said. Close the cup. Remember this? We're looking to close the cup. You knew that was going to happen on the break of magenta. You got your confirmation when it rejected off of blue. Let's go. Easy money. Right to the target. Look at the target. Come on. Look at the bolt. Look at the bolt. Look at the bolt. Come on now. You knew your put entries were somewhere down here, right? Because we had our shoulder down here. This is your put entry somewhere down here. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, start moving my stop now. I'll tighten it. I'll tighten it.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
I'm probably gonna take profit here because I went in heavy on contract. So I'm gonna take. I went in heavy, and I'm not gonna hold on to this trade forever. I'm not gonna hold on to this trade forever. So I'm gonna tighten it every little bit. I'm gonna start tightening it. And if it gets stopped, then I get stopped. But we might see a weak bear cycle now. So, you know, technically I should just hold, but I know I can't be on. I don't want to hold this trade forever. Because this potentially has the pullback of, let's see. So this is still in play, so I'm not gonna wait for it to get that low. I don't, Okay. All right. Let's go. Come on. I'm moving my stop now. I'm moving my stop up a little bit. I'm like a little bit inside this green wick. A little bit inside this green wick. Don't care. I don't want to hold on to this trade forever. I got an appointment I got to go to in a little bit. You know, I wanted to hit this target right here. Like I want this to be my take profit, but if I don't, you know, I'm not gonna nickel and dime myself. We're green for the day. There's no reason to sit here and trade all day. I'll give it a little bit of room. I'll give it a little bit of room. I'll give it a little bit. I mean, technically I should be down here, but I'm not going to be greedy. Okay. I'm hoping for a weak bear cycle and that everything just keeps continuing up, even in a bear. The weak bear cycle could, let me clean this up real quick. What the hell? The weak bear cycle could do this right here. That's what I'm afraid of, but I can't sit here and babysit the trade all day. I'll just leave it underneath this green wick, and then I'll take my profit underneath the green wick, and I'll be happy with that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Oh, come on. I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I'm leaving my stop here because the only reason why is because I can't sit here and babysit it all day. Okay. Look at the money we printed. Look at the money we printed on this. Come on. Absolute perfection. Absolute perfection on the 5. Remember, we guide off the 5. Let's go. I want to hit my target. Let's hit my target. Let's hit that target. We're in the blue until we're not. We never closed. We never closed outside of blue. Let's go. Look at the money we're printing right now. There it is. There it is. Let's hit that target. And this is why we have our rules. You guide along blue. We didn't break blue. You had the break in magenta. We never broke blue. We hit our target. Look at the money we're printing. Easy money. Easy. Easy money. Okay, 1.6 GPA. There it is. How much? From 2 points. 2 points from deflection. I don't want to hear anything. I did my job. You can't be wrong twice in a row. It's impossible. We have our guardrails up, right? I said we're in the blue until we're not. We are in the blue until we're not. So rejection of blue lined up with the rejection of the key level 643.76, which is the look at the money we just printed. There it is. There it is. I'll probably put my stop a little bit underneath this key level right here. Look at the money we just printed. There it is. You understand the patience you need? This, you see the guardrail I put up, the blue? I put up the blue guardrail for this reason. Now we had confluence. What was the confluence? Rejection of blue. Because we know underneath blue, we need to start looking for some, we would have started looking for that underneath blue. We need to close below blue. So even if this one fooled you, no big deal. You know where the setup is. You know what the setup is. Because this technically could have been a 50-50. Easy money. Look at the money we just printed. Look at this money. I have my stop a little bit above key level now. I'm not giving this room. Look at the money. There it is. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I would like to point everyone to the analysis. Look at my analysis from the trading plan and go to the bolt up. Go to the bolt up. Tell me if it gets any more perfect than that. Look at the look how perfect that bolt up was. Look, you can't make it up. Look at the money we just printed. We're still printing money. We knew what time? At 5:50. Excuse me. At 9. Okay. I'm clearly having a stroke. At 8:55 p.m. Eastern. We knew exactly what was going to happen. We had it all plotted out. Simply amazing. Look at the money we just printed. I'm gonna move my stop a little bit. I'm not gonna get greedy here. I'm just a little bit. I'm gonna try to take every dime out of it now. Oh, good move. Good, excellent play to perfection. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we need to do. This is it. We had a weak bear cycle right here. Perfect. Okay, good trade. It stopped me out somewhere in here. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Hey, be done for the day. If you're green, that's all we need. We need be done for the day. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, as they say, right? We're in the blue until we're not. Oh my goodness. A little shaky in the morning, but we wait. We exercise patience. You trust the process. You see it works. Look at the bolt. There's nothing more I can do. Your put entry was somewhere down here. We didn't even have an option for a put, right? Unless it broke this, then that was our indication. Okay, let's see what happens now. Never broke. That's why we wait for the close of a candle. We gotta wait for it to close because you gotta be prepared for the wick. Okay, good trade, great trade. That was 643.83, 645, 2 full points, damn near 2 full points. I did my job today. You can't be wrong twice in a row. We had our guardrail up, right? I've been saying we're in the blue until we're not. Great trade. Today's been a it was around here. I think people probably got chopped up. Probably in this area right here, a lot of people got chopped up. Oh, I was one of them. Right? I was one of them. I got chopped right here, right in here. But I knew what my risk was. I was like, you know what? I'm only risking $10 on this. I'm risking $10. I got back in. I scalped over here. Stopped me out again, and then I got back in over here on the with the confluence of the 5. Okay. And to be honest, once it broke magenta, blue was my guide. Blue was my guide once it broke magenta, so there was no real reason to exit the trade. I just didn't like the price action, and I don't want to be too risky. So I should have just been guiding off of blue this entire time, but like I said, the price action was getting in my head, and that's the psychology of trading, and I'm a human being, and that's just what it is. Okay, good trade. Good trade. All right, good job, Ron. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, short moves count too. Ron, listen, a win's a win, Ron. A win is a win. We got the win today. We got the W. That's all that matters. We stuck to our guns. We trusted the process, and you see it works time and time again. You can't be wrong twice in a row, and that's the part I love about it, is because me personally, actually this happened to me yesterday too. Where I took, or no, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I got small loss stopped out, but I trusted the process. I know what to expect. Can't be wrong twice in a row. Good job, good trade. Okay, so now let's see if we get above. We need to make 645.25 support if it's going to push up even further. That's the answer. It needs to be support. If you did take the break of this, it was short-lived. The break of 645.25, very short-lived. That's damn near impossible to get this money out of that, but I mean, not impossible, but you know, it's damn near impossible. I want to start seeing if we start trading on the top side of this blue half channel. So I believe we have a half channel right here, or this is the full channel, but you know, I split it up for Discord purposes. So let's see where we start trading. Are we trading in the top of blue or in the bottom of blue, right? All right, let me do some work. As far as charting, give me a moment. I'll be right back. I'm here. I'm just going to be on mute. Okay, things are getting interesting now. We never formed the support here, right? So things are getting interesting. Let's look for this range to be taken out. We're testing this blue. If you're watching me and you're trying to understand algorithms, it's pretty straightforward, but it's kind of an art at some point. And to be honest, I was I'm not gonna say lucky, but I was not very confident with this blue when I first made it. So it ended up working out absolutely perfect. But do you understand what I'm saying? So in the pre-market, purple was the thing. However, do you see immediately when the market opened, blue? It became blue. Do you see what I'm saying now? Why I don't I actually just went over this morning. I don't normally like to go off of pre-market because everything changes when the market opens, and I had to adjust. And I didn't like how blue and purple had at the time it looked like a similar angle. But it is what it is, and I stuck to my guns. I saw blue. This is something you're gonna have to develop on your own. So look, let's see if we start taking out smaller levels, right? Smaller levels. Are we taking these levels out to the downside, meaning? Look at this short squeeze. Look at this short squeeze. This is called a short squeeze. Everyone shorted, squeezed them right out. They all got squeezed out of their positions, which gave us the strength. Okay? Don't fight this trend. Don't try to call the top. You'll know once we start breaking this major level of liquidity. Look at all this liquidity that built up here, right? Don't fight this trend. We're still inside blue. Yeah, a little fake out right here. Give it some time. Uh-huh. There's a lot of liquidity built up here. All right, you got to be careful here. And look at the price action in here. This is ugly. So if it does want to break, it's going to go. And, you know, we still got all day today to hit this 5. So let's see. All right, so we broke blue. We're reaching a high level of resistance right here, though, or support. Excuse me. On our 1 minute, it looks like our MACD is going below the 0 line. On the 5 minute, might be heading into a bear cycle. Our stochastic is pointing down. Oh man, today has been a good day. Okay, I'm going to be on here another few minutes. I'll do some, actually, let me do it now. Okay, I'm here, let's see. Okay, so blue broke. I don't know what to say about it, but hold on. We see what liquidity is, right? So you got to measure risk to reward. Break a blue, here's your liquidity, you know, risk to reward. So the reason why I put this other blue is I'd like to see that, right? That would be ideal to take out, to know that I took out this liquidity here. That would be ideal. but it does look like we're fading a little bit. Let's confirm on the 5. Oh, geez. Yeah, you see on the 5 the liquidity, excuse me, the liquidity levels. So same concept. We want to form another yellow, and then we want to break this yellow. So I think that yellow on the 5 will line up with this blue on the 1. I don't know when this is going to happen, or even if it's going to happen, but I'm just letting you know what I would like to see, what it needs to look like. Right? I want to know we took out this liquidity before I feel comfortable with puts, and then your target is going to be obviously to this, and then if we get below this, your next target is the 5. Look at Blue putting in work. Come on, Blue. Put in work, Blue. Okay. Look at Blue putting in work. Okay, if you went in on break a blue, it's up to you when to take your profit. You know, this is you know where your risk is, you know where liquidity is, you know where you're gonna see some retracement or pullback. Come on, Blue. Let's do work, Blue. Let's do work, Blue. Hey. Let's do work, Blue. Come on, Blue. Let's do work. Let's do work. Damn, I gotta go and I can't leave now. Trade protected. I got in on break a blue. I survived the retracement. My trade's protected. I can't lose from here, but I want more work out of blue. I have to go, and I can't babysit this trade. I have to go. Like, come on, Blue. Let's do work. I need to start charting. Okay. Come on, Blue. Let's do work. Easy money. We do it every day. We do it every single day. This is how you can make a career out of this. You have to be consistent with your profit. And we're not relying on indicators. We're not relying on anything but analysis and price action. Let's do work. Look at Blue putting in work. Look at Blue. I told you the fade. Look, remember I told you it's fading? There's nothing more I can do but give you the answers to the test. I told you when to get in. Look at Blue putting in work. And this is why we do it. If you're waiting for this break, then, you know, wait for the break. There's nothing wrong with that because there's a lot of liquidity built up right here. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Oh, man. Now we went. Now we're like comfortable positive today, right? I didn't just recover, you know. I went green on this on this bolt up. I went green, but now we're greedy green. Now we're getting greedy green because I could have just been like, all right, I'm done, I'm out. I got stopped out somewhere in this, probably somewhere in this green candle. I got stopped out. Come on, Blue, let's do work. We knew our puts were on break of blue. Look at blue putting in work. Okay, feels good, feels good. Okay, we knew we were gonna meet some stuff here, right? We knew this was gonna happen. I'm gonna take profit because I only because I have to leave. Otherwise, if I was a gangster, I'd hold for until magenta here. Okay, YouTube, that's been my time. We had a great day. The price action was kind of sketch, you know, but we got what we could out of the market from the time we had. If you're interested in learning how to do this, send me an email to LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com and I will get you sorted out. Oh God, I can't leave. I can't leave. I can't leave now. Now I can't leave. Okay, I'm gonna have to be late to the doctor. I'm gonna have to be late to the doctor because I can't leave. Look at the money we're just printing. The money's just printing. It's stress-free. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Internet, I'm showing you, I'm telling you my trades, right? I'm showing you. And it doesn't even matter if you see P&L because you look, I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen, right? So here's the thing. When people show you flashy things on the internet, you don't know if that's real. You don't know if that's real, right? That's impossible to know. Look at the money we're printing from blue. Let's go blue. Sorry, I got distracted. You don't know if that's real. You know what is real? Me showing you in real time. It doesn't matter how much money me personally I've made. I could have made a negative 37 cents today. It doesn't matter. The point is, did I show you how to put in work to make money? Was it viable? Is it sustainable? Ask yourself this question. When you're seeing these people on the internet showing you flashy things and you're like, man, I want the flashy thing. You got to ask yourself, do I know this person? Did they rent that Lamborghini or whatever they're saying? Did they Photoshop these results? You know what I can't Photoshop? Live time. I can't Photoshop, live. We're here live. Okay, stopped out. Easy money. I had my stop a little bit below this. Easy money. Okay, this is my time. I actually have to go now. But I'm going to finish my thought. What I was saying is, go off of results. Go off of real-time actual results that are tangible. Not an idea, not a thought, not pictures, right? Don't go off of pictures. I'm showing you in real time. This is not made up. This is all legit. It's all real. Anyways, YouTube, that's been my time. It's been a pleasure. Have a good day.